Hello and welcome, my name is BetaRho and this is Introducing the Gods. Today we look at Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld. Hel is a god whose lore influences nearly every facet of her character in-game. She is the daughter of Loki and was judged by Odin as having too dark of a future to go unrestrained. Because of that, Odin made her the keeper of the underworld, set to judge the souls of the dead. But there are two sides to Hel, literally, in fact. She was born in both the darkness and the light, and acts as such. She is caring and nurturing to those deemed to be good, but absolutely merciless to those deemed evil. At some point, one side will win control of Hel, but for now, she remains stuck in between. Hel is a ranged mage, and has been mentioned in past guides, this class has a fairly standard statistical breakdown in SMITE. She does have a markedly lower starting health pool than a number of other mages, but a higher mana pool. The reason for both of these will be seen in her abilities. Hel is a different sort of character. So different that we actually start with her ultimate ability, which contains two different passives. Hel has two stances, a dark stance and a light stance. Her ultimate ability allows her to switch back and forth between these two stances, and it has a 2-second cooldown. While in her dark stance, she gains magical power from a base of 20, increasing 10 each level. In her light stance, she gains mana regen from a base of 3 mana per second, increasing 1 mana per second each level. Leveling up her ultimate levels up both of these passives. In Dark Stance, Hel's first ability is Decay, a projectile that does area of effect damage. In Light Stance, her first ability is Restoration. It is the exact same ability, but it trades the area of effect damage and instead returns health to Hel. Both abilities do a base of 80 damage, increasing by 60 each level, and add 60% of your magical power. Restoration grants 50% of the damage dealt as health. It has a flat 8-second cooldown, and I unlock it first and level it second. Her second ability in Dark Stance is Hinder, a combination of a slow and a magical debuff. It slows enemies for a base of 5%, increasing 5% each level, and it reduces their magical protection by an equal amount. In Light Stance, her second ability is called Cleanse. It removes all crowd control to those within the range, as well as preventing future crowd control for a base of 1 second, increasing a half-second per level. It is, for all intents and purposes, a castable purification beads, which you can also cast on allies. But remember that, until leveled up, crowd control can be reapplied faster than the full 3 seconds you get with beads. It has a reducing cooldown from 14 seconds to 10 at level 5. I unlock it third, and I level it third. Hel's third ability in Dark Stance is Repulse, a burst of damage done around Hel in a wide area. It does a base of 100 damage, increasing 60 each level, and adding 60% of your magical power. In her Light Stance, her third ability is Inspire, which heals Hel and allies in an equally wide area, as well as increasing their movement speed. It heals for a base of 70 HP, increasing 40 each level, and adds 60% of your magical power. These have a reducing cooldown from 14 to 10 seconds. I unlock it second, but level it first. Through all of her abilities, you see why Hel has higher mana, but lower health than most ranged mages. She has, in effect, 6 abilities that all need mana, and one of them is the most powerful heal in the game. Because of this, building mana is important when thinking about items, especially early game. But because so much of Hel's utility and defense comes from her abilities, which scale with magical power, that power is often more important to build than pure defensive abilities. I start with the classic mage start, of a split buy between Boots of the Magi and Warlock's Sash. The Sash's stacking at full level adds magical power, health, and mana, all 3 of which benefit Hel greatly. Next I grab a Gem of Isolation, as a speed difference benefits Hel both offensively and defensively, not to mention that added power, mana, and health. By now, enemies are almost certainly building against your damage, so I grab a Void Stone, providing magical protection, power, and an enemy debuff. My next item is Polynomicon, an item absolutely made for Hel. Magical power, magical lifesteal, and its passive ability basically gives you an extra offensive ability to add to your flurry. My final item is the Rod of Tahuti, a straight power item. Some people advocate a tankier Hel, possibly swapping out Boots of the Magi for reinforced boots, and swapping out some of your offensive items for Mystical Mark or Breastplate of Valor. I don't often play Hel like this, but it's certainly an effective alternative. In closing, Hel is undoubtedly one of the strongest gods in the game at the moment. She does have a bit of a learning curve, given her unique ability set, leading to the fine art of Hel dancing. But she's a god that can either play the role of Slayer or Support, making her an invaluably flexible god. Which side will she show the enemy? Only time will tell. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe to see a new episode every Monday. If you have any suggestions for gods that you'd like to see sooner rather than later, leave them in the comments. And, as always, click through to the Pantheons to see past episodes of Introducing the Gods, as well as random SMITE gameplay. Thanks for watching.